Well, hello everyone. It's almost opening day. Opening day happens on Thursday. It's tomorrow, March 28th, and I can't see anything right now. I just had my eyes dilated at the doctor because I'm going blind. I'm having some eye surgery coming up, but they'll probably fix things up. I would wear these glasses and I may pull them down. However, every woman who's ever seen me wear these has told me that I have to take these glasses off. So we'll just do the video like this. Let's talk about the MLB algorithm for the day, and let's talk about crypto and the Sprapp coin that I've created. I'm not going to stop talking about that because that's kind of going to be my legacy after I'm gone. Is going to be my Sprapp coin, and I'll continue to discuss what I'm doing and how it ties into the sports algorithms. So I've prepared the baseball algorithm for opening day. And while I can't really see what's going on the screen right now, I can kind of tell what's going on because it's also color coordinated. And even though my left pupil doesn't seem to respond and constrict when faced with light, even though that's not happening, I can still tell apart red and green. So that's good. So we're going to talk about these games. I've run the macro on this file, and running the macro has created a aggregated list of the teams that are most likely to win and what their average margin is. Like, it's putting Detroit on top here as the number one pick overall. We're going to talk about whether or not that is going to be accurate for the day. As they are showing as the number two pick in this combination. We'll get into all that in a second. But first, we'll talk about what's going on with the cryptocurrency situation. So I set up a token, or coin, called Sprapp, S-P-R-A-P-P. Used to stand for spreadsheet application. It's a word that I coined over 15 years ago. I used to own the domains. I ended up selling them to a very nice woman in Eastern Maryland who also came up with the word as well. And I'm pretty sure she still owns them. But I coined the word. Like, you look it up. Sprapp is a Ken Braverman thing. So I created the coin called Sprapp. And why should this matter to you? Like, why would anyone care? I'll tell you why. So I set up this coin on the SUI platform. SUI does not stand for state unemployment insurance like you would normally think. It's a different foundation. All you have to do to receive some of these coins from me, because I keep posting in the videos and I'll continue to post in the videos, I will send you 100 Sprapp coins if you're one of the first 10 people to ask for them in each video that I do, because I have almost 1 million of them. I'll send you 100 of them. All you have to do is set up a wallet on this SUI website. It's a Chrome extension on your computer. It couldn't be easier. You just add it to Chrome, set up a wallet, send me the address, and I will send you 100 coins. I already did it to Defiant, or whatever his screen name is, in yesterday's video. He's happy with it. It's actually money. Even though it's crypto money, it's still kind of money. Let me show you why. These are all the Sprapp coins I have. When I send you 100 of them, yeah, that's $10.84 right now. $10.54 if you were to convert them to the SUI coin, which is what you're going to need if you're going to want to buy any of these Sprapp coins. You can buy the SUI coin on all the major exchanges like Coinbase. That's how I got money into this to begin with, was by buying the SUI coin. This is the space you want to be in. Forget about sports betting. You want to be in crypto. This is the place to be. Fortunes are being made every day. Why is this Sprapp coin something that I am pushing? One, because I own all of them, but also because I'm trying to build a network of people that use the sports algorithms, that follow what I do. And I'm going to continue adding liquidity into the Sprapp pool. I'm not taking any out. I'm just adding. I want this to be my legacy. I want everyone who's involved with these algorithms and programs to get involved with this, because the more it gets traded, the more of a chance that we'll have this listed on the major exchanges, and then there's real money to be made. So I'm pushing this, and I will send you essentially a little over $10 worth that you could just turn around and cash out. I wouldn't be happy if you did that, because that would lower the cost or the price, the market value of the coin, if you just quickly take it and then sell it. But you can do whatever you want. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I will send you the coins. So it's out there. If you want to comment, and we'll talk about other ways that I'm going to be adding liquidity to this Sprapp coin and other ways that I will send people free coins. Let's talk about that. So we'll get into baseball. We have starting pitchers already announced for baseball's opening day, and we have expected lineups. We don't have confirmed lineups for the day, but we have a good list of expected lineups, and those lineups are shown in here. And one thing to look at when you're looking at the lineups, because we are using last year's stats to rate these players and to give them, to assess their contribution for the day. One thing you'll want to look at is here in this column W, is there a percentage next to these players' names? Some of them will have a 0%, meaning they did not have any stats from 2023. Jackson Chorium, no, or just Chorio. Jackson Chorio. Reese Hoskins apparently didn't have any stats either last year. So a few of these teams, Colt Keith, new players, that's slightly going to reduce the projections for those teams just because we don't have any stats for those players. Something to keep an eye on, but we do have most of the players filled in, and most of these players have a rating for the day, which means our projections are decent. Okay. So as we look at the matchup sheet, one thing that we can see in this, wide swath of information is which picks does it think are the best picks. When we go to the day pivot sheet, which is the easiest one to read, and we refresh this, we're going to get a look top down who the algorithm thinks is going to win. And it has Cleveland on top over Oakland, Detroit as a second pick over the White Sox, then the Dodgers over St. Louis, then Houston over the Yankees, then Arizona over Colorado. Notice these lines start to get worse here with this Dodger game, and the line's not great in the Arizona game. And we only have one underdog here starting off in the season, being the Cubs over Texas, and it's way down here. So when looking at this list, you want to pick teams, if you're going to be picking money lines, you want to pick teams that have the higher margin. Well, there's two teams with margins above 10%, Cleveland and Detroit. Let's go look at those games. We'll look at Cleveland first because it is on top. Cleveland game. Cleveland gets Oakland, number one pick, says they win 6-3. Shane Bieber going against Alex Wood. And Cleveland's hitting is solid. They give up, actually, is that how many? They give up 4-point-something runs? No, they score 4.3 runs per game. They give up a lot fewer than Oakland. Oakland's bullpen was brutal last year. So there's a lot of reasons to believe this is correctly the number one pick, being Cleveland. The Detroit pick is a little bit more suspect, even though it's up here, because Garrett Crochet only has 12 innings pitched, listed as their starting pitcher. And while Tariq Skubal has really good stats, and that's probably going to push Detroit over into winning this game, I don't like the limited pitching stats for the White Sox. Also, you've got limited pitching stats for Frankie Montas also with Cincinnati last year, because maybe he got traded or something, or there's a reason why he has fewer stats. So it's really important to look to see if you have more than 30, 40 innings pitched, a reasonable sample. So we'll say that the Detroit pick is not as good as the Cleveland pick, which means Cleveland at number one over Oakland means Cleveland is the pick that I'm going to tie to the Sprapp cryptocurrency on Thursday. What does that mean? That means that even though I'm not betting anymore, I am going to bet, actually. I'm going to throw $100 down on the Guardians on Thursday. And that is at a line of -156, which means you will get about $70 in profit if you win that pick. If that pick wins, I'm taking that $70 and I am adding it to the liquidity pool of the Sprapp token. That's what we're doing here. Is we're going to use the algorithms. We're going to do with the algorithms what I do not do. I have a gambling problem, but in order not to have that problem, I'm just going to read the algorithm for what it's worth and make the one premium pick of the day. And if that pick wins, that money goes right into the Sprapp liquidity pool. So if it loses, nothing comes out. I'm not gonna take money out, but if it wins, goes in. So I just want Sprapps to just keep going up and up and up. Now, here's something else I'm doing. Notice there are 15 games on here. The first 15 people who would like to go against the algorithm, meaning you don't trust the algorithm or your handicapping says something different, if you want to choose this team on the other side here, let me know in the comments. I'll let the first person to choose each one of these teams. If that team wins, if the algorithm loses, I'll send you 100 Sprapp coins to your SUI wallet. So you're allowed to go against the algorithm, and I'll be giving away coins that way. And I'll be adding liquidity when the number one pick of the algorithm wins every day. And I'm also adding money to the Sprapps pool whenever I sell algorithms as well. So there's multiple ways that I'll be adding to the pool of crypto, which means it should just be going up, because it's going to be really difficult for it to go down because not many people own the coins. I own most of them. So if I just keep putting money in, it has no choice but to go up. So that's what we're going to do. Anyway, if you'd like a copy of the MLB algorithm to update this thing, to get it rolling, to get emails from me from now through April 15th, as I update and roll this thing forward and start to add 2024 stats, you can follow the link in the description and go purchase it at kenbraverman.com. It's $100. And you know where that $100 is going? Right into the Sprapp pool of the Sprapp token. So in summary, if you want free money, comment here. One of the first 10 people to comment, I will send you 100 Sprapp tokens, which is worth about $10 right now. Right? I will send that to your wallet. You got to go and set up a SUI wallet with the Chrome extension, totally free, totally going to work. I also, if you want to buy some of these tokens because you understand what I'm doing and that it's going to be going up, go right ahead and do that. Understand you do get this message when you search the token, that you get this little this warning sign here that it says it's an unrecognized token. That's accurate. It's just one that I set up. So understand it's the address that I've listed in the description. That's the correct one. That's the one that's coming from me. So if you trust me, go ahead and buy it. But that doesn't mean someone else can't create a Sprapp token and try to impersonate me. So only go with the address that you see linked in the descriptions of my videos, not in the comments, but in the descriptions of my videos. And you'll be able to purchase this with SUI token, and you'll be able to receive free tokens from me. And so set up a wallet. And if you'd like to take a position opposing the algorithm and choose one of these teams that it is not choosing to win, put a comment in the description. Tell me which team you're choosing. Everyone's allowed to choose one. So as soon as somebody else says, hey, Ken, I think the White Sox will beat Detroit, then you're the first person to post that. Then you're the one who has the White Sox. Nobody else can choose the White Sox tomorrow after you and get paid the Sprapp coins. So that's what we're doing. It's algorithms. It's crypto. The best space to be in right now is crypto. The more I pay attention to this, the more I understand what's happening. And we're creating money out of thin air with numbers, and it'll work. I mean, it works as long as it stays in the system, and a lot of people are keeping it in the system, and that's why you're seeing this appreciation of value in things like Bitcoin and all these other tokens. I used to think that all these other tokens were just jokes, and the truth is, no, it's not like that anymore. It's what you believe in, and I'm willing to dump real money into a coin that I created that essentially could be worthless if everybody just pulls out. But I'm willing to take that risk because it's for a greater purpose. And so it's cool. I understand. I'm all in on it. I like it. I mean, there was years ago that I talked about Bitcoin. I remember telling an eye doctor of mine, actually did surgery of mine. He used to sit me down after every session, because it's a private, it's an area with confidentiality when you're speaking with a doctor. And so at the end of every one of my sessions, where he would go over he'd sit me down and he'd go, he goes, I'm retiring soon. He goes, So do you know any good stocks? You'd always ask me that. And I would say, yeah, I know some good stocks, Michael, but really what I would invest in, this is back in like 2011, 2012, 2013. I said, or 2014, I said, what I would really do is I would invest in Bitcoin. I go, I think Bitcoin is going to be $100,000 a coin in 5 years. I go, because it's the reserve and default cryptocurrency for transactions all across the world. And since then, things that have happened is the country of El Salvador has started to use Bitcoin as basically backing their currency, right? It's using it as a stable coin or stable backing for their currency. And because it's traded all over the world and people are not pulling all of their money out of Bitcoin just to turn it into cash, but they're actually using and transacting in Bitcoin, the value persists and it becomes stable and appreciates because there's only so many of them. So understanding that logic, that there is essentially a scarcity of this digital product, that I've created a scarcity of Sprapp coins. There's only 1 million minted. I own 990 some thousand of them, but I'm not going to own that many for long. I'm going to keep giving them away and selling them. And the more that everybody else has them, the greater the value will be. Yeah, I own 999,123 right now. I'd say probably by the end of April, I'm only going to own about like 700, 600,000. I'll probably own a little bit more than half over the next month. I'm planning on giving and selling a lot away, so that we can really appreciate this. But the point is that you'll see this is tied to the algorithm's results. It's tied to algorithm sales, and it's going to be boosted by the community of people that follow the algorithms and appreciate what I do. Because I know many of you that have purchased algorithms from me in the past, and you use them and you don't need me anymore. Yet you still follow the videos, you still check in to see what I'm doing. If maybe you've missed something in the programming that you've done to try to just keep track, to take samples of things. Well, now I'm providing another avenue for you to help us all make money and appreciate and value our assets through this. So I'm just going to keep putting money in, keep putting money in, keep putting money in, and no rug pulling. It's just dumping everything into this, and we'll just see what happens. It's exciting times. All right. So good luck, everyone. Root for Cleveland tomorrow, except if you're that one person who wants to take Oakland. But everybody else, work for Cleveland. Look for Cleveland to win, because if Cleveland does win, I'm throwing $70 of more liquidity pool into the Sprapp coin, along with another 100 that I am putting in today because I sold another algorithm today. So I'm just going to keep adding and adding and adding. All right. Good luck, everyone. May all your picks be winning. Follow the links in the description below for any more information about what I've talked about. And maybe, just maybe, the Cubs will beat Texas in this one underdog at the bottom, but that's way down at the bottom. One thing about this list, these games here that are under 3% margin, these are all toss-up games anyway. Look for these games up here to be winning the most. Right about this cutoff of 10%, this Cleveland, Detroit, Dodgers, Houston. This is where you probably win 3 out of 4 of these games, hopefully go 4-0. There's that weird situation of the pitching on the White Sox being very limited in 12 innings. So that might be the game that doesn't win, actually. But we're going with Cleveland. That's the pick of the day for Thursday. All right, good luck. Enjoy. And to the moon. Everything to the moon. Not just people to the moon, spaceships to the moon, but Sprapps also to the moon. See ya. See ya. Terrible, aren't they?